Yes, people, welcome back to the preview. We are previewing the Carabao Cup final this Sunday. We're going to be going through Arne Slot's press conference ahead of the game, my lineup prediction, my score prediction, and my thoughts and feelings about this up and coming final. So obviously Liverpool are coming back off a defeat to Paris Saint-Germain on penalties. Yes, it's sad and we're all gutted about it because we never want to go out the Champions League, especially like that on penalties, the way it was. But what a perfect time for Liverpool Football Club to bounce back, with a cup final against Newcastle at Wembley, and Liverpool's record at Wembley in recent times suggests we should be bouncing back and picking up our 11th Carabao Cup, and we won it last year, and I want to win it again this year. I said at the start of the season, if you said to me, Arne Slot wins you a Carabao Cup and on top four challenges for the Carabao Cup, I'll be like, thank you very much. We move on, and we're certainly well above that position right now. So Arne Slot has potential to win his first trophy at Liverpool in his tenure. Some players have an opportunity who didn't get a chance to play in last year's final to play in the final. And some other players get more opportunity to add more trophies to their cabinet. So how we're going to do this is we're going to go through Arne Slot's press conference. Then we're going to go with my lineup prediction and my score prediction. So let's get into that. So yes, Arne Slot's press conference. He'll be giving an Alexander Arnold update, Liverpool injuries, and Carabao Cup preview. So let's read this. So obviously Liverpool are heading to Wembley. So Arne Slot speaks on the final. I don't along with it being bigger for Newcastle. If you reach a final, it is always a bigger moment for them and also for us. We have two cups, but you can't take it for granted in this country. We don't play a final every year. I said it 2 days ago. In this part of the season in England, it is almost impossible to have everyone fit. We have two or three injuries. That is the minimum you can expect after 4 months of non-stop football. So this is a big compliment for us and Newcastle to have so many fit. Trent and Gordon are big players for both clubs, but they are a lot of quality for both players. Interesting there from Slot. It also speaks about the fringe of some players. It is difficult because these players are on the fringe, hardly train with the starters. The ones who played on Saturday only do recovery Sunday, so there is hardly ever time to compete with each other. I don't agree with the players who don't start, and it's not ideal. Well, that we have so many games, that is true. Yes, obviously the fringe players won't train nowhere near as much as the starters, so I can get where Arne is speaking on that. Or he speaks on Darwin Núñez. So obviously he's probably going to be mentioning the penalty miss. I assume Curtis felt the same after missing. I assume every player who misses doesn't feel well, but one felt positive. Look, they took the penalty. They took the responsibility. You can miss, but that is what can happen if you take the responsibility. We are closer to winning in 90. You can influence the look of for the penalties, and we do train them on a regular basis, but he missed. Not what you want, but you don't want to make anything more it than just missing a penalty. Interesting. I thought Joel Kwanzaa played well on Tuesday, so I'm intrigued to see what he says. Surely he'll be starting right back. Will he confirm it? Joel Kwanzaa continued in being subdated. Half time is a setback, then every other player has a few in his career. It was more than just people were not used to what I said being so clear about what I saw that probably led to the situation when he was criticised more than what was normal. He managed to get his way back into it before the winter break. He had a few good moments. So mentally wise, it might have been a big moment for him. That Ipswich game now, he has the experience of people not only positive about him, he also knows he can fight his way back when people aren't positive, and that is something young players should experience because a career is not always going to go up. So obviously, yeah, he's speaking about the Ipswich situation offset at half time in the first game of the season. Jarrod Quansah wasn't having a great game. He got hooked off half time for Ibrahim Konate. And ever since then, yeah, you could argue it's not really going well for Jarrell, but over the past month or two, he's getting more game time. And he had some big game time against Paris Saint-Germain, which I thought he played really well in. And also, yeah, Jarrod Quansah did get an England call up. He did get an England call up. Slot on the final. We are looking forward to playing a final. You can't take it for granted with this country. With so many good teams in each competition. If you're a part of it, we try to win it. That is what Newcastle wants as well. There's one thing I really like about our Slot. He has an elite mentality. He wants to win trophies. Which is really good. Slot on Konate and Trent. So obviously he's been given his injury update. Maybe Curtis can play right back. Interesting. Trent is not available. He won't be there. He is still to be assessed, but we do expect him back before the season ends. Konate yesterday was recovery. I expect him to train with us today. So obviously, yeah, it's looking like Trent's going to be out for a while, and it's looking like, yeah, he should hopefully be back before the end of the season. And Konate, like our Slot said in his post-match, it was more cramp and tiredness rather than an injury. He just physically couldn't run anymore. Slot on Van Dijk future. So obviously Van Dijk has come out and spoke about his contract, and he basically said he doesn't know. I don't know what is happening next season. The only thing I know, I want Virgil to be here next year, and all the rest talks about contract is not what I do. Impact plans, no, not for me. So yeah, he's spoken on the injury update. And yeah, he's spoken on his injury update. Should we get into our who else have Newcastle got out? So yeah, by the way, Newcastle have got Lascelles, Lewis Hall, and Botman all out. Gordon will miss the final due to suspension. So yeah, that's that. Let's get into the lineup builder. This should be interesting for what I'm gonna pick as my lineup prediction. So it's basically been confirmed that Alisson will be in goal for this. Not sure why the players aren't loading. Yeah, Alisson Becker goal at right back. Oh God. I think although Slot did mention Curtis Jones at right back. Surely not. Surely not. At right back, at left back, this could be interesting. Robertson did play 120 minutes, and then he played 45 minutes against Southampton. I think he goes Robbo, and then I think Tsimikas will come on later in the game. At centre back, Kanai is expected to train, so we've got no option really because Gomez is out. Otherwise, it's going to have to be Kwanzaa CB and then Curtis at right back, like Slot said, or you go Enzo. But yeah, I think Virgil van Dijk will play. In the midfield too, Alexis did come off. So Alexis did come off against PSG, so I expect him to. Same with Ryan Gravenberch. Bearing in mind it is an international break after this. At right wing, I think it's going to be Salah. These are the positions where it's interesting. Who do we start up front? I mean, I would love to start Cody Gakpo off the left, but realistically, Cody Gakpo looked like a 50-year-old man, like a random 50-year-old man, fat 50-year-old man saying, "Look, yo, come down to Anfield and kick a ball for 20 minutes." He looked like that. He looked slow. He looked leggy. And that's not him. He's just coming back from an injury. But, I mean, I expect him to be, he'll be on the bench. But I don't think he'll start. I think it'll be Luis Diaz. In the 10 role, Szoboszlai did come off, I think. Yeah, he did. I think you have to go Szoboszlai again. Put in one big shift before the international. Up front, did we go Darwin or Jota? Jota, man, looks so leggy and just, oh no. Darwin, you just don't know what you're going to get. Big Wembley pitch as well. You know what? He's had a lot of criticism. I'm going to back. Oh man, I would love to. I think Darwin could be more suited, so I'm going to go Darwin. With the big Wembley pitch, the way that Newcastle express and expand their play, I think Darwin could be more suited for this. So my team is Alisson, Kwanzaa, Van Dijk, Virgil van Dijk, Andy Robertson, Ryan Gravenberch, Alexis McAllister, Mohamed Salah, Dominic Szoboszlai, Luis Diaz, and Darwin Núñez. So that is my lineup prediction. How am I feeling overall towards the game? I'm feeling... I am nervous because it is a cup final. But we just got to back the boys and get behind the boys, you know what I mean? So it's one of those. We have an opportunity to win a trophy here. I feel like if we was to go out, you know, it's a bit tough to take to lose a cup final, go out in the UCL on penalties in the same week. But I've seen people question Liverpool's mentality and mindset. How is it going to be going into the game? These are ultimate professionals. These are players that have been to Champions League finals and lost and won. These are players that have been to title races, lost and won. These are players that have been to cup finals, in the FA Cup final, Carabao Cup finals. Like, what are we doing here? Like, how can we even possibly question their mentality and their mindset when you've got players like Mohamed Salah who gives it his all every single game that wants to win trophies? So what are we doing? My score prediction, I am going to go with a 2-1 Liverpool win. I'm going to go with Mohamed Salah and I'm going to go Salah double. Now I'm going to go Salah and Diaz. And for them, it's going to be Isak. Well, Isak's going to be the danger man. Yes, obviously no Gordon for them, no Botman, no Lewis Hall. So Liverpool have got to capitalise on these situations. And I thought, was it? Yeah, Lewis Hall. I thought he actually put up a really good game against Mo Salah last time. So it's going to be interesting to see how they do line up and how they tackle the game. I feel like if you're Newcastle, not necessarily give Liverpool the ball, but I will obviously go for it if you have opportunities, but I will try and drag him into deep waters. This is a side that's just gone out of penalties. 120 minutes, absolutely grueling match. Try and take him late into the game. Bit like a boxing match, if that makes sense. Like try and take him to the later, deeper rounds. If you kind of get where I'm going with this, that's what I would do if I was Newcastle. But yeah, that's my score prediction, my lineup prediction. That's Arne Slot's pre-match thoughts on the injury situation and the cup final ahead of Newcastle. We will be not doing a watch along because I actually am going out for the game. So yeah, but we will have a match reaction and we'll come back and do a big live stream talking about the game. Up the Reds, let's bring this trophy home. Let's win our first trophy of the season, the first trophy on our slot. Forget what happened the other night at Anfield. Get back behind these 11 group of players on the pitch and the players on the bench that will come on. Up the fucking Reds. I've been me. Take care.